If you're tired of looking for your remote to your TV or your entertainment system all over the house, I got you. And we're back, DLJ fam. Welcome to everyone. Welcome to all the new viewers. And you guys already know, bienvenidos a todos al canal DLG. Gracias por tomar el tiempo en venir a nuestro canal. So guys, if you have multiple controllers within your household that control your TV, your Apple TV, your entertainment system, the receiver, etc., I got something for you guys today that will condense all of that into one single remote. And what am I talking about? Bam! The SOFABATON, kind of like the one you pass on to the runner that's gonna run after you. And here comes the ambulance to live in LA. It's the place to be. Once again, yeah, that's how it goes down here in LA. Fire department, ambulance, all kind of noises. But anyway, guys, this is the SOFABATON X1S smart remote. This right here will condense all of your controllers in your household, or at least I think it will, right? Because that's what a smart remote's supposed to do. So the X1S smart remote consists of a hub and the controller. Let's go to the unboxing, check out what's inside, and possibly set it up to a few things to see if it's actually compatible with it. All right, guys, check it out. The SOFABATON. I'm not too sure if you're supposed to pronounce it separately or all together, but point being, this is the X1S smart remote. So this smart remote, it states here that it's compatible with 500,000 plus devices. Look at that. I'm not lying to you guys. It says it right there. It's an all-in-one remote, customized activity. It has a hub, a mobile app, infrared and Bluetooth control, IR blaster, and 45 days working time. That means 45 days working time. I think they should have put that the battery lasts up to 45 days. I'm not too sure if that's worded correctly. Let me know down in the comments below. All right, so let's take this out of the box. All righty, here we go. Okay, so you get the manual here, and let's quickly glance through this. Obviously, you're gonna get a download the SOFABATON app QR code. We are gonna go ahead and do that to see what the deal is with the app itself. All right, so all the rest of the information is on here. Oh, look at this. You can also use the X1S with Alexa and Google Assistant. No Siri. Sorry, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and see what comes in the box. Hey, look at this. That's a pretty neat controller. I like a nice big control because if you guys do own an Apple TV, I despise that controller. It's just way too small. I don't like the touch feature on the top of the controller itself. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'd rather have a click type of wheel like this right here. That way I know I'm actually pressing something. All right, let's continue with the unboxing and see what else comes in here. It's out. Basic settings for your X1S smart remote. Connecting the X1S hub to your home Wi-Fi. Adding devices and download the corresponding code base in the app. Create a new activity. If you ever thought about why the is my wireless bill so damn high, let me tell you about Mint Mobile, who I'm partnering with for today's video. What are you paying all that money for? Speed, coverage, data, access to 5G, unlimited talk and text, or a mobile hotspot? Mint Mobile offers all these features for as low as $15 a month. They're built on the nation's largest 5G network, and they keep costs low because they cut out the middleman. That's right, there's no sales reps or anyone involved trying to sell you something. They sell directly online to the consumer. Why should you pay more to access the same network? Go to the link on the bottom of the screen or the description to get your premium wireless for only $15 a month. All Mint Mobile plans include unlimited nationwide talk and text, plus lightning fast 5G and mobile hotspot. You have a family? Mint also offers modern family plans that lets you set up a family plan with as little as 2 lines. I've used Mint Mobile and I had no issues with the actual network. I'm always connected to the nation's largest 5G network. How hard is it to switch service? Big Wireless wants you to think that is hard. Switching to Mint Mobile is super easy. Thanks to their eSIM card, you can sign up and activate your phone immediately right from the comfort of your own home. You don't have an eSIM? That's okay. Mint will ship one out to you for free. It only takes about 15 minutes to make the switch, and Mint Mobile does offer excellent customer service. Big Wireless wants you to think that they're the only option. Don't be duped. Go to trymintmobile.com/DLG or the link on the bottom of the screen, also linked in the description down below, and stop paying more than you have to for your phone plan. And right now, new customers can get any plan for just $15 a month when they purchase 3 months or more. This includes the unlimited plan, which is normally $30 a month. Okay, so you do get RF blaster, as you guys can see right here. This will extend the RF range on the hub itself, so you do get two, well, you get 3 of them. This is a set of 2 IR blasters right here in one cable, 1 RF blaster in 1 cable. Okay, so let's see this right here. You get 2 USB Type-C cables. One is to charge the controller and the other one is to power on the hub. All right, here is the power brick. Look at that right there. USB Type A. Go ahead, plug that in right there. Get it ready to set up. Let's take out the hub. Okay, hey, this thing is so lightweight. Oh man, it has that mirror finish. Let's go ahead and do a little ASMR. All right, look at that right there, guys. You got a nice gloss finish on the hub. Oh man, I can only imagine how much dust this is going to attract. I need to keep my air purifier on at all times. So you do get a USB Type-C port here. Here's the connections for the RF blasters. Here's the one for 1, obviously, and here's the one for 2. All right, so that's all that comes inside the box itself. Let's go ahead and power this up, connect it to the Wi-Fi, and see what things can we control with this particular controller. I downloaded the SOFABATON app via the QR code that is inside the manual. Let's go ahead and open that up. And obviously you're gonna have to set up an account with it. So let me do that real quick. All right, so the account is set up and we're gonna select the X series. Now we're going to go ahead and make sure you plug in the RF blasters. The 2 goes into the number 2 port and the 1 obviously to the number 1 port. All right, so let's go ahead and set up a new hub. The hub is already connected and as you guys can see, it's powered on. Let's go ahead and click on next. And now press and hold the button on the hub for 3 seconds to allow the Bluetooth connection. That is this button right here. I thought that was a USB port, but it's not. It's an actual button. 1, 2, 3. All right, now the light is blinking. It's ready to be paired. Okay, there it is. SOFABATON X1S. Select that one. Allow for the network. And I'm going to go ahead and set it up on my network. Be right back. Just to let you guys know, this device operates on a 2.4 gigahertz network. It will not operate off of your 5 gigahertz network. All right, there we go. Sending Wi-Fi credentials, confirming Wi-Fi. And let's get this finished real quick and we'll continue. All right, it's done. Select the desired hub on your local network. Now it's going to search for the hub. Once again. All right, guys, just to let you know, you have to make sure that the device you downloaded the app on is connected to the same network, the 2.4 gigahertz network that you connected your hub to. There it is, X1S hub. Go ahead, click on that, save it, and there's an update. Let's go ahead and update that and I'll be right back. All right, now it's all done. Let's continue. Select the hub, save it. There's another update. What the heck is going on here? More than likely, oh, that's for the controller. Okay, so we updated the hub. Now we're updating the control. All right, guys, now that the hub and the controller are up to date, let's go ahead and start messing with this to see how does it work. So this device actually supports infrared. Infrared controlled is a general technology that uses infrared signals to control devices. You can also use Bluetooth. Bluetooth, the device must support Bluetooth discovery to find SOFABATON hub and complete pairing. And Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi actually only supports Roku, Sonos, and Philips Hue. I wonder why it only supports those 3. I think there might have to be a software update or firmware update to the hub or the controller or both things altogether. But SOFABATON really needs to get on the ball and update that because there's so many other brands that can actually be controlled via Wi-Fi. But in this case, let's go ahead and go to Bluetooth and we're gonna go ahead and try to set up a device from here to see if it actually works. All right, guys, so I do have an tEcK projector. We're gonna go ahead and click that, click complete, and it's going to start downloading the code database. And let's give this a few seconds so it could actually download. So in the meantime, while that is downloading, let me tell you some of the features of the controller itself. This controller supports over 500,000 devices from 6,000 brands. You can customize the control via the app, and it also has effortless one-click activity. And because you can control this from anywhere in the living room or wherever you have the hub connected, you don't need to be pointing the controller directly to the device. And as mentioned before, it works with Alexa and Google Assistant. All right, guys, so that's completed. Waiting for Bluetooth device to connect. Use original remote to control and pair the device with the SOFABATON via Bluetooth. So what you want to do is you want to go into your device that you're trying to pair to the controller, go into the Bluetooth settings, search for the SOFABATON controller and pair it, and you will see your device appear on the screen itself. All right, guys, so I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This app is not user friendly. I feel like this video might help you set up the SOFABATON. So I was able to add the Apple TV. So what you wanna do is when you go into your Apple TV or whatever device you're trying to set up and you go into the Bluetooth settings, you gotta make sure that you pair it to the SOFABATON 5B09, I believe that was what it was. And as you guys can see, I have the Apple TV and the tEcK projector. So let's go ahead and try the tEcK projector. and it gives you a virtual controller. This virtual controller has to function with the projector. All right, as you guys can hear it, there we go, it's functioning. So the virtual controller works. That means that we can now go in here and we can check out the commands or repair them, and let's see what loads up. All right, so you got your power, everything is on here, and I should be able to see the xGimme actually is syncing right now. Okay, so let's give it a second. All right, there we go. As you guys can see, you got the Apple TV and the xGimme projector selected with the little ball here. There we go. We got the power. We got all the functionality right here, up, down. Oh, that's kind of weird. Why is this arrow down, arrow left, arrow right too? Hey, SOFABATON, you might want to add these labels in a manner where we could understand what it actually means. I mean, I understand it because I could understand the naming convention, but this is not user-friendly right here. And let's see if we could get it to work. All right, guys, so I was able to connect my Apple TV, my xGimme projector, and get this, my PlayStation 5 onto the SOFABATON hub. Now I can control my Apple TV, my xGimme projector, and my PS5. You're wondering, well, what can you do with the PS5? This serves as a media remote. So just to let you know how to set up the actual software, you press the plus sign, you go Bluetooth, and from here you pick the item you want to pair with the hub itself to use the controller on it. For Apple TV, you go to Apple, you put it in there, and once you click complete, it will go to a screen just like I showed you before. It'll go to a pairing screen. So then what you do is, I will show you guys on the actual Apple TV what it looks like. So there's the name of the controller itself. It's the SOFABATON 5B09. That's the one you want to pair it to, which is your actual controller. It will show up on the projector, SOFABATON 5B09. Once you pair it, it will appear on your device just like this. It'll say complete, give you a green checkbox. You go ahead, continue. In this case, I have the ability to control my Apple TV, my xGimme projector, and my PS5. On here, you're able to assign a source configuration. What this means is, if the device requires you to press a particular button to switch the input, you go ahead and you do it through here. My devices do not require me to press a button on the controller itself in order for me to switch to another input, so I cannot set that up. But it does go case by case, where maybe you do have a controller that says input 1, input 2, input 3. Then you would go into the software configuration and set it up through there. You're also able to go into add repair commands. Here you can add new commands that your controller might not have. As you guys can see right here, there's an extensive amount of commands. The naming convention on these commands, the way you would normally see them on the controller, these are more like the way you would save a file with all the words put into one line, like right here, arrow right, you see that? That's what I mean. You could also assign commands into the remote. You could make any of these buttons do something different from what you would normally use it for. For example, the volume up button, click there, and you could literally assign it to do any of these other functions. Obviously, why would you want to change your volume up button, right? But let me go ahead and show you guys how it works on the projector, how it works on the Apple TV, and how it works on the PS5. All right, guys, so here, depending on what device you want to control, we want to control the Apple TV. So we select Apple TV. It's gonna go ahead and switch over to that. Once it's highlighted green, just like it is right there, you can start looking around. What do you want to watch on your Apple TV? All right, so here's my controller. What we're gonna do now is select xGimme with the little rolling wheel here, xGimme. That will give us access to the projector. So there you go. Check it out right there. And you can go ahead and press the up and down, and we cannot play anything. Or actually, let's try something out. All right, so look at this. Press the volume down button. You'll see it over there on the right hand side. Volume up. We can navigate on the top, as you guys can see right there, and we could load up. I don't want to get a copyright strike, but you guys get the point, right? I can't load any video because you guys already know YouTube, they'll detect it and give me a copyright strike, and I cannot display anything. But it actually works with the projector as well. Now we're gonna try it on the PS5 to show you guys that you can use this controller as a media remote. What we do here, if once you want to go back on the control, it has this little button on the top right here that has a back arrow. You press it, you go back on the control, use a little roll wheel, select PS5. We're gonna activate that. Now let's power on the PS5 and we're gonna switch it over. There's the PS5 right there, guys. Check this out. You could use the controller as a media controller. You go to media and look at that. You're able to scan just like if you were using your PS5 control. but obviously it feels more natural to scan through media with an actual control than your PS5 controller. And there it is, guys, the SOFABATON X1S smart remote. All right, guys, check it out. So I was able to add my TV here, which is the Vizio. We already got the virtual controller working, but I am going to show you guys real quick how is it that you add a television set to the SOFABATON app. So what you want to do is you press on the plus sign that's up here on the top right hand corner. You go ahead, press that. You then go to infrared, because obviously infrared, that's what the TVs operate off of. Well, at least some of them, right? You go to infrared and you have two options here. You could either do learning or searching. As for the learning part, this is where you can program the controller, which I got my old Vizio controller. As you guys can see here, it's all beat up because this sucker is probably like maybe 10 years old or so, something like that. But anyway, point being is you go in here and you can pick what you're trying to set up. You could do a set-top box, a TV, stream box, DVD, Blu-ray, projector, audio. Oops, we're not doing audio. The HDMI switch and other. Right now we're doing TV. You can go in here and from all of these buttons, you can manually program the functionality from your original remote. But in this case, I'm going to show you that you can search by manufacturer name. So what you do is go all the way back, go to search or searching, and you go by manufacturer, right? So as you guys can see here, there's a long list of manufacturers for all your TVs. They're making it easy for you. You tap on the search bar here and you're gonna go ahead and type in the brand of your TV. My TV brand is a Vizio, and then it's gonna give you a result of all the different model numbers. Obviously, you wanna go on the back of your TV or in the settings of your TV to find out the model number. You go ahead, you punch it in, you select it, and then it will allow you to add the TV. Once it's added, you will get a little mark here that says not configured. This controller has been previously configured, so I'm gonna show you guys how you actually do that. If you wanna go ahead and reprogram or make the controller relearn the function, what you do is you go to edit right on the top right hand side of the screen, and then you go to add and repair commands. This place, you have seen it before. I showed you guys earlier in the video that these are all the functions or commands that the controller can get programmed to do or already has ability of doing. So let's go to volume up. We're gonna go ahead and press repair. And as you guys can see right here, it says learn commands from the original remote. So you click that and it's gonna tell you to go ahead and click or hold the volume up button on your remote, then point your device vertically at the circular icon from 2 to 5 inches away. Where's the circular icon? Is this one right here, as you guys can see right there. So then I go ahead and grab my old nitty gritty controller right here and I press the volume up, point it down, wait a few seconds, and you guys should see a confirmation right there that it actually got it. Right there, success. All right, so now the virtual controller and the SOFABATON, once I click back on the app, will be updated. So there we go, go back. Now the virtual controller has an updated version of the volume up button. So quick recap, guys. If you want to reprogram all the buttons on the virtual controller and the SOFABATON controller, you want to go ahead and click on edit, add and repair commands. And this is the spot where you actually fix all the commands that are available from the database that's provided by SOFABATON. Now, as far as what's being displayed on the SOFABATON controller, these are all the commands that are available from the original Vizio controller. This is pulled down from a database that SOFABATON has. That's why you see that percentage sign loading up when you're trying to add a new device. All right, guys, so the verdict for the SOFABATON X1S smart remote. Guys, this thing is pretty difficult to set up for a regular user. You have to have the patience to set it up. And for 180 bucks, man, guys, I'm pretty frustrated because, okay, so I was able to get it to work with the Apple TV. I was able to get some of the functionality to work with the X Gaming projector that's located up on top right here. And to be honest, for 180 bucks, I'm sorry, it's not worth it because the app itself is not that user friendly. And what I mean by that is you want to be able to have an app where a user that is not technologically inclined, and that right there, that's a downfall for it because you want to be able to make the controller or a soft transition from the original controller to the new one. And for me, that was pretty hard. I could imagine for a person that is not technologically inclined, and the learning curve is pretty steep on the controller itself. I mean, it is nice, and being able to program it to many items is a great thing, but getting it programmed, that right there, guys, that is a hard part, because I myself, like I said before, I even had a hard time doing that. So it was pretty hectic trying to get it programmed, but once you get the hang of the first item, you're ready to go with all the rest of them. So the Bluetooth setup is pretty straightforward. The one that gets a little nitty and gritty is when you're trying to do the infrared part. The infrared is usually like for your television set, and as I did in the explanation, hopefully it was clear enough on how to get that to work. So on the xGimme projector, it actually worked really good, just like if I was using the original remote for the xGimme projector, minus some of the buttons that access specific functionality of the projector itself. And not only that, I was able to show you guys that the remote works with your PS5 as a media controller. That way, if your PS5 is the way you actually consume entertainment like Netflix, Hulu, and all the other streaming services, you can use the controller to navigate through the menu system instead of using your PS5 control. So all in all, guys, the controller does go for $180. That's a pretty hefty price. But you know what? The controller is fully customizable as far as the software goes, and you can also program the controller up to 6,000 brands, I believe it says. I mean, I don't have 6,000 brands, but it works with the ones that I do have. And remember, guys, that the programming of the controller is on a case-by-case scenario. It might have been a little bit more difficult for me, or it might be a little bit easier for me. It just depends on what you're trying to pair with the device. So the device is compatible with infrared, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi, but unfortunately the Wi-Fi part of the device itself only works with Roku, Sonos, and Philips Hue. Philips Hue is the lighting system, right? Everybody knows about that. I will leave a link in the description down below if you are interested in purchasing this controller, or if you do own a SOFABATON controller, whichever version you have, let me know what you guys think of it. You guys know that I'm transparent with everything that I review for you guys. And I did say that the controller was $180. It's actually $189. And it's on sale right now on Amazon for $170 with an additional 10% off coupon, which takes it down to about $153. So that's around the price range that I told you guys that I feel that it was worth it, right? So now if they could actually knock it down an additional $13, and hey, you got something right there, right? So if you're a dad, woo, a gaming dad looking for a controller that can help you control your spending because it's gotten a little out of control, literally, don't forget to check out my latest video. But till next time, guys, I'm tEcK. Peace out. This has got to be the hardest thing for me to have ever used in my life, and it's supposed to be easy.